Let's see. All right, guys. So I'm going to start us off with a video. I'm literally trying to scramble everything together because I went on a little bit late tonight just because I wanted to wait for the press conference and they were not putting it out until 8 p.m. Eastern time. So now most of the information is out, but we're going to start from the beginning. So in Florida, Pasco County, there is a young lady, 34 years old, and she's been missing for a while now, but it's just now getting attention since, her friends, family, her boss, they're like pushing the issue. Find her, find her. She went missing the Monday after Thanksgiving. Her best friend last seen her on that Thanksgiving. And so they're like, where's she at? She was at her boyfriend's house that Sunday night, the Sunday night that just passed. Wait, the Sunday after Thanksgiving. And it was told to the family and friends that the boyfriend said they got into an argument and she either left in an Uber or a friend came and got her. First, it was the Uber. And then I think once her story got a little bit checked into, it then ended up being the friend. So I'm going to just start from the beginning so you guys can kind of see where it all started. And from there, we'll just continue.
And we start with that breaking news at 5 o'clock. The Pasco County Sheriff's Office just announced they've made an arrest in the case of that missing woman from Largo, Kathleen Moore. This just came into our newsroom in the last 20 minutes.
The Sheriff's Office has not released any other details. ABC Action News reporter J.J. Burton has been following this case for the last several days, and J.J. joins us live where Kathleen Moore's co-workers were already planning to gather. J.J., what was the reaction out there with this major update?
And for our co-workers here at Whiskey Wings, they're hopeful that this means they're one step closer to getting more information and finding out where she is and what happened to her. Again, like you said, they are planning that candlelight vigil. They're going to be lighting these candles, and they've been doing this all week. And they say this is their way of lighting her way home next to this picture here, which says, "My story isn't over yet." And that's what they're hoping for Kathleen.
This is video from over the weekend. Pasco County deputies were seen searching this wooded area behind the 7-Eleven at 7 Springs and State Road 54. They left with evidence bags, but detectives aren't confirming what's in them. And this is right across the street from the Walgreens, where a homeless man found 34-year-old Kathleen Moore's cell phone in a dumpster. And less than a mile from here is her boyfriend's home. According to detectives, this is the last place Moore was before she disappeared.
Right.
It's heartbreaking.
Faith Dustin is Moore's goddaughter. She and everyone else who knows her say Moore would never go more than an hour without talking to one of them in some way.
She's always active on Facebook. She's always Snapchatting me, making sure I'm okay.
Moore's boss and friend, Jamie Poe, is the one who reported her missing after chatting with Moore's boyfriend on Facebook Messenger last Monday evening.
And he just said, "Oh, I didn't know," or she didn't come with me, or she left.
No, he said that she came with him, and then I guess she got upset, and he said she left either in an Uber or with a friend. He didn't know.
She said the boyfriend stopped talking after the sheriff's office got involved. And detectives have not named him as a suspect or person of interest in her disappearance. We've gone by the house several times, including today, and no one has answered. And the people who love and miss Moore the most say at this point, all they can do is pray for a miracle.
We all have a bad gut feeling about it because we know that she's a fighter, but there's only so much,
And back out here live again, we told you that there has been an arrest made. We don't know who that person is that they arrested. They will have a press conference at 8 o'clock where they will tell us exactly who they arrested and how they made that arrest. And hopefully some more updates as to where Kathleen Moore is and what happened to her. Again, there will be a candlelight vigil here at 6 with our co-workers, hoping, again, praying and hoping that she is found safe. Reporting live in Pinellas County, I'm J.J. Burton, ABC Action News.
ABC Action News starts right now.
So
breaking news.
that
And we start with that breaking news.
Basically everything that was gathered up until earlier this morning. And I just knew there was going to be an answer some way, somehow, by the time I was going to come live. So I had videos planned and all of that now is trying to throw it in there. I'm like, whatever, we're going to get to this together. So I will be dropping the link in the chat. You guys know already, it's always, pretty much always, open panel. And I do want to say hello to everyone because I just hopped right in the building and got straight to it. So here is the link. Oh, you guys had an echo. I apologize. I'll basically go over everything right now. So let me fix this link. I should have remembered my headphones. Give me a second. I'm going to grab my headphones. And there's the link in the chat. If you've heard about this story, want to talk about it, go ahead and hop in. Let me grab my headphones. Okay, guys, here I come. So let me pop these. All right. You know, when you need something, you can't find it, right? Okay. So we had an echo. How bad was the echo? Okay, let's see. We got Randa in the building and Jeanette. How bad was the echo? Did you guys hear it really bad? What's going on? Like,
I could hear it.
you can hear it. Was it a really?
I could hear it too.
Yeah, it was echoing, but I could hear what was going on.
As long as you guys got, let me go ahead and say hello to everyone. We got Quick Vic in the building. We got Buddha, Jeanette, of course, Shay. Hey, Shay. Michael, how are you, Michael? Hope you're feeling good this afternoon. Good night. I don't know. I didn't catch where you were from. Native Queen, hello. Preach. Told me there was an echo. I was not in the chat. I know that's bad. But if you guys want, we can definitely go back over it. I'm going to be posting it, the video by itself as well. So, yeah. 420 in the building. Uh-oh. I clicked on you. I don't know what happened. Talking with Tommy D. Hello. Hi, Screets. How are you? All right. So, I am going to have to also send myself something right now. But yes, guys, so she has been missing. Her name is Kathleen Moore. I was on the internet just like searching to see if I could find a Facebook or anything. And this is before they said they now have a suspect and someone has been arrested. And I came along an article, and I want you guys to look at it with me as well, because it said in this article, it was from 2014, and it said she was 27 years old, same name, same spelling, and it's from what is this? It's from New Orleans. So I want you guys to look at a few pictures of her as well and see if this is the same person. And if anybody has any information on it. I'm not quite sure because I'm going to be watching the press conference along with you guys at the same time because it just came out at 8 o'clock and that's what I was waiting for. So in the meantime, I'm going to play this. This is also a news clip from before that I already had set up. So you guys can kind of get how we got to the point that we are at now. Let's see. Let me pop it up here for you guys. And before I do that, copyright disclaimer. This is just for, our news, commentary, researching, all of those goodies. Yes, so let's go ahead and share the screen. I'm just going to do entire screen. Let's share. Pop it up. Let me know, guys, if there's any problems with the audio. So let me make sure this is at the proper area. And before I play this is I want you guys to tell me what you guys think about this, because they said that they got into an argument Sunday late at night. And why isn't my screen popping back up? What happened here? Hold on, give me a second. It's not going back to you guys. Okay, this is where I need to be. So they say that they got into an argument late that Sunday, going into Monday. And so this is when she supposedly called this Uber. But her phone was found in a Walgreens dumpster, not even a mile away from the boyfriend's house. And so to me, if they were to jump into action, the police I'm talking about, when they first said, she's missing, she never goes at least, what did they say, an hour without contacting any of us, without being on any of her social media, maybe this would be a little different. So, I mean, they were saying the boyfriend was not a suspect or a person of interest at all. That's what was being said this morning. And now I'm thinking, it may be a little different. So let me go back over there too, so you guys can see I'm just going to put all the clips together and we can just work this out.
Was last seen Sunday night. Just to give you an idea of how many people are worried about her right now, since I started looking into this case, I've nearly received more than I can count of the number of friends who've reached out to me on social media, by email and text messages, each and every one of them telling me how much they love her and that they need her home. Tonight on The Missing, what happened to Kathleen? Tonight, candles flicker near a picture of Kathleen Moore as her friends and co-workers at Whiskey Wings in St. Pete pray for her safe return.
Monday night is when I started reaching out to people like, this is not like her.
Nikki Whalen has been friends with Kathleen since they were 11 years old, a 20-year-long friendship. They hung out all day Sunday, barbecuing in the day, then hitting a beach bar that night. Around 11:30, Kathleen left Nikki's Largo home with her on-again, off-again boyfriend, saying she was going to his home in Newport Richey, telling Nikki she would pick up her car in the morning.
I woke up Monday morning to get ready for work myself and realized that she wasn't here yet, or had called me to say, hey, I'm running late or whatever. That's when I was like, something's not right, and immediately called her phone, and it went straight to voicemail.
The 34-year-old didn't show up for work or school. Her friends say that's not like her. So they called the Pasco County Sheriff's Office.
So hold on. So wouldn't that be, and I don't like the way I just shared the screen because it's making it more difficult for me to play it and see, what's going on this side. So if she missed work, she said she was going to come back and get her car. Her phone is going to voicemail immediately. I don't understand why they didn't jump into action right then and there. If she left this bar with this man, her on and off again boyfriend, this is why, people are going missing and not being able to be found at all, because they give these suspects more than enough time to clean up, cover their tracks, get rid of evidence. And I feel that there should be something even for adults. I mean, an Amber Alert has so many things it has to meet. They need to come up with something else in the system to where if it's unlike someone's behavior, they should jump right into action. I mean, I don't get it. this could have probably been avoided. Since they say they were at a bar, they could have been drinking. That's what got them into this fight. Because when we go and look at it in a second, it was considered second-degree murder. So I'm going to once again toss up the disclaimer. Miranda, did you want to say something?
No, you can go ahead.
Okay. I just don't like the way I have to share this because I can't see when I do the entire screen.
Right.
So you could just let me know if anything, okay? All right, so let me jump back over here. I don't think it's sharing right now. Share. Let me see if I could do it by window, maybe. If it'll let me do that. Oh, it might. Let's see. Can you see it on your side?
I don't see anything.
You don't see it?
I don't. Well, I'm back here, so I don't know if I see it if it's in the front.
No, you're up here, Jeanette.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's popped up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there it goes.
Okay, there we go. I think I'm going to do it this way. Let's take it back a little bit.
I can't hear that, Naomi. Unless
You can't hear it?
I can't hear it, no.
It's all up. So this is the guy that found it. Who found the phone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's something going on with the audio.
See? They say there's no suspects at all. So now we're going to go to current. Hold on, let me turn that off really quickly. So now we're going to go to what I was waiting for in order to go live. And that's why this live is kind of all over the place.
Yeah,
but we're going to rock with it. Okay. I mean, I'm like, can you look this up? Cute. I mean, so let's just go with it. So now I do have what we found so far as the press conference. And I'm going to just play that so we can watch all of this together. And then I'm going to show you what I found. And you guys tell me if you think this is Kathleen when she was 27 years old. So let me go ahead and share this. And 420, are you out there? If you are, let me know. Which one is it? Yes.
I've seen people saying something to him in this chat, but I don't see him in this chat. I'm watching the chat, so.
All right. So here is an update on the disappearance of Kathleen Moore. This is how it starts off, guys.
Run away. We post our information as soon as possible. The one thing that our detectives talk about in this case is the amount of family that have reached out, the amount of loved ones that have reached out. You know, whether it was Kathleen's nursing school friends, people that she works with, the amount of love that they were showing trying to find her. So if there's one thing that I can tell the family is that Kathleen was absolutely loved by this community.
Yeah, she was.
This is also a sad reminder that domestic violence occurs in every community. And here in Pasco County, you know, we have Sunrise Domestic Violence Shelter. So if there's anybody in a situation that violence is going on in their relationship, please reach out to Sunrise. There is help. There are people that want to help you. Whether call 911, get the sheriff's office, we will get you in touch with Sunrise. We need the community's assistance right now because we are looking for the body of Kathleen. We need any tips we can get, and I will get further in that information. But the other part is which I know a lot of people figured out there was an arrest. The Pasco Sheriff's Office, along with the State Attorney's Office, I want to thank Bruce Bartlett for his leadership there. We've arrested Collin Knapp with second-degree murder. So a lot of the information I have is still preliminary.
So what was
This
his
is
name?
Still an ongoing investigation. The State Attorney's Office, I want to thank Bruce Bartlett for his leadership there.
Did he say? I can barely hear. Like,
I don't know why it's so low.
So
yeah,
a lot of
I think he said
information I have
Tommy.
is
Did
still
he say
preliminary.
Tommy?
This is
It's
still an ongoing
Collin Knapp.
investigation.
I
Sergeant Rose
can
is here.
hear.
He leads up the major
Knapp.
crimes unit.
Oh, okay.
There are some things we can answer. There are some things that we cannot answer. And there's some things that we shouldn't answer. And right now, we're trying to get resolution. We wish that Colin would provide us the information of where Kathleen is. And we delayed this press conference a little bit because we just arrested him this afternoon. We were hoping he was going to provide information during his interview. As one of our detectives described, he was very cold. Even when we were begging with him to tell us where her body is, he wouldn't give us that information.
I wonder, since they said he was an on and off again boyfriend, and she decided to go with him, you know, probably not using the best judgment because they were drinking, allegedly. And he was probably trying to get back with her or something like that. And that's the reason why things look the way it looks now, because they arrested him, but they don't have his body. So there has to be a lot of evidence for them to arrest someone without a body.
Well,
yes,
it's a fact that in domestic violence murders, women get murdered most often when they're leaving. So when the person realizes that they're just done,
and they're not going to have any more, right?
Right. So that's why they say sometimes don't let the person go. You have an exit plan. You don't let them know.
So you're saying don't let them know right then and there that you're going to leave them?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yep. You have to have an exit plan or you could get murdered. So they do have, I did put the number for the National Domestic Violence Hotline in the private chat if you want to.
In the private chat. Yes, definitely. If anybody finds themselves in a domestic violence situation, leave. You know, I went through it, a lot of it. And now that I'm not in the situation, I'm like, what took me so long to leave? But I feel like it's, you know, it's what you're used to. You're afraid of change.
Yeah.
And so you stay through all of it and you know you're not happy. I mean, you got to cover up bruises and, you know, black eyes, and it's just not worth it because it can end up in a situation as this.
It's senseless to die from, you know, a situation with domestic violence when you can just get out of it.
Right.
I know it's hard for some people. It's, you know, it's easier. One of those things easier said than done.
It very, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I would hear it over and over and over again. Why don't you leave? Why don't you leave?
Yeah.
But I think more of my situation, I could, you know, I could have left way before my child, but I think my son kept me in this situation a lot longer. And so, I mean, you feel like, what am I going to do without this person? And now I have a kid. There's things you can do other than being abused.
Yeah, suffer, misery.
So I will be putting the number in the chat as well. So let's continue this.
The other reason we can't talk about some things right now is because we have to find justice for Kathleen and for her family. There are things only the Pasco Sheriff's Office knows, the State Attorney's Office knows, and Collin Knapp knows. If we release that information, we can hinder the investigation, we can hinder prosecution, and we can hinder justice in this case. I want to thank Bruce Bartlett and the State Attorney's Office. They've been great partners in this. The Pinellas County Sheriff's Office and FDOE, their biology lab, worked all weekend long to assist us in this investigation. So this is the timeline of the events that we had so far. On November 28th, between 10 p.m. and 11:30 p.m., Kathleen and Colin left Largo after a night of socializing, hanging out with friends at multiple bars in Largo and Indian Rocks Beach. Kathleen and Colin had been arguing at some of these bars. They left in his Cadillac and arrived around 12:30 a.m. the next morning. So it's the same night, just going past midnight. So it's 12:30 a.m. on November 29th at the 7-Eleven at Carmel Avenue and Seven Springs Boulevard in Pasco County. Colin buys cigarettes, and he states that Kathleen was in the vehicle. Well, we looked at the tapes, and unfortunately, the tapes aren't very clear. So we aren't 100% sure if she was in the vehicle or not in the vehicle. And anybody who's seen some surveillance tapes, it's very hard to find out exactly where that person is. But we're still trying to look for more information on that part. Colin told us that they go to the Carmel Avenue, his residence on Carmel Avenue, where they have another argument. At this point, Colin claims that Kathleen left with her backpack and just left the residence. There is no evidence that we have right now that shows that she left that residence. So Colin then, about an hour later, before he decides to go to his job, which is at Harold Seltzer's Steakhouse in Port Richey. He's a kitchen manager there, and he wanted to complete a meat inventory order around 1:30 a.m. I also want to thank Harold Seltzer's restaurant. They've done a very good job cooperating with us, providing us information. So I want to thank them very much for being a partner in this case. Kathleen, she went missing early Monday morning. We cannot find any evidence after the fact that he told us she was at his house, from that moment on. She was originally reported missing out of Pinellas County. Pinellas County got that case early Tuesday morning. Pinellas County started running with that right away. Then later on in the afternoon, they realized she was last missing in Pasco County. That's when Pasco County picks up the case. The preceding days after that early Monday morning, when everybody lost track of her, nobody's seen her. Nobody saw her at school. Nobody saw her at work. She was supposedly very active on social media. No accounts, nothing was being seen on social media. Pinellas County then pinged her phone, and there was a man who had found her phone at the Walgreens. He actually tells us that he dumpster dives, and he found that there at the Seven Springs Boulevard on Little Road. So we continue to follow up information there. So we found out through the investigation that Colin had some garments of clothes that he had taken to work at Harold Seltzer's. He then puts it in the dumpster there. We find out in the investigation. Our detectives meet up with the waste management people, asked to get all that stuff that's in the dumpster brought to a landfill, and they go through that. I can't tell you the dedication of the women and men in that unit, of the entire Pasco Sheriff's Office, but let me just emphasize in that unit right now. They were digging through the dirt. They were digging through all that mess. Think about a restaurant dumpster. They were going through it day in and day out. They were constantly going through it. There are women and men in that unit that have barely slept in the past 6 days.
Wow.
They have a few hours of sleep. That's how dedicated they are. We've had canines out there searching. We've had drones out searching. We've had every tool possible. We do everything. When somebody goes missing, we will put every resource out there to find them. As they were going through that search, they find his article of clothing, and they find bloodstains on it. We send those bloodstains to the FDLE. Again, I thank the FDLE biology lab. They did a phenomenal job. They worked relentlessly. They matched those blood to Kathleen. So we went back to State Attorney Bruce Bartlett's office, who got a judge to sign off on a second-degree homicide warrant for Collin Knapp, which we immediately served this afternoon. Collin Knapp, his date of birth is 6/1991. He has 10 previous felony arrests and 9 misdemeanor arrests since 2004. Some included ag assault, ag battery, and domestic violence.
I'm seeing someone
Kathleen
saying
was not involved.
there's no sound.
Yeah, I
Again,
seen that too, but
I
You
hear it.
guys, you can hear
I
it.
I hear it. It's probably delayed from before.
Michael, can you not hear it? Maybe check your volume, because other people are saying that they can hear it. So just check your volume. All right, let's go.
low, but it's not.
Yeah, it's low. I mean,
You
a
can
lot
hear
of the
it.
videos that I've been playing from like certain news stations will be low and everything else will be higher. I don't know if it's purposely or what, but
Right.
so this gives us a lot more information than they were giving us the past couple days, because the past couple days it was kind of like, whatever. They didn't even show the man that found the phone, and they were saying, she did get an Uber, and they were calling Uber. Uber was cooperating, and I thought that the boyfriend was cooperating at first, because they said they searched his house and didn't find anything. And then they said in another video I seen, they said each time they would go to the house, no one would answer answer the door. So this is clearing up a lot of stuff. So let's continue.
hearts and prayers pour out to the family and friends of Kathleen Moore. I know you are all searching for a better resolution, and we all were. But unfortunately, this is what we have. And so I ask God to look over all of us and to look over you, because I know you're looking for answers. I know right now you are in awful pain. And may God bless you during this time, and know that this sheriff's office is going to continue to work hard with Bruce Bartlett and the state attorney's office to ensure that justice is done in this case. And I know it won't bring her back, but at the same time, know how much she was loved by so many people in this community. And if that's the one thing that our legacy is how much we are loved by others, she has a legacy that's greater than so many of us will ever have. Again, for the fact that domestic violence occurs in every community, if you're in a domestic violence relationship, please get help. There are people that want to help you. They don't want an ending like this. For Collin Knapp, who's in this facility right now, know that there is a God. Know that he knows all the answers. And right now you have an opportunity to do something positive when you had done so much evil. Please share with us right now where Kathleen is, so we can do something for the family.
And you know what? For them to be able to secure the warrant for second-degree murder, how do they know for sure that that wasn't his intention that night when they met up? Was basically, if you're not going to be with me, he knew that he was going to end her life. That's probably why he's not really trying to speak out right now, or he's just playing it smart and rather talk if there's a lawyer present, or trying to see if they will be able to find the body. But if they found this blood, it's like, why didn't you guys look harder in the beginning, so you don't give these criminals that much time to clean up and get rid of evidence?
Right.
I don't get that. And they knew he was the last person she was with. Uber wasn't telling them that they got a ride, gave her a ride at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then her phone is found in the dumpster.
And this man has a history, has a history of, a past.
Right.
So.
Well, I think too, they can always upgrade the charges when they get more information. So
sure, yeah, they can. I just really want to know, and I know they cannot give it to us. What did they find for them to say, we got it?
Mm-hmm.
We know it's blood, but what exactly? Let's see. So many, Gabby Petito, it's like so many women are losing their lives from these toxic relationships.
Yeah. It's sad.
It's
really sad.
I mean, you gotta let go sometimes.
Yeah.
So let's continue.
We can give them some type of resolution. The other one is anybody out there with any information, please, this is the location. If you have a tip, if you have any information, or is there anything that you can provide us, please go
727 847
we're going to be putting up information on the Pasco Sheriff's Office
8102
Facebook page.
extension
That's going to have a
7.
description of the
I
vehicles,
believe that means.
some more information out there that we need your assistance on. Investigations are done by working with law enforcement, not by trying to create your own investigation by yourself. If you are out there and you have information and you don't share with us, you are hindering the investigation and you're not helping her family out. Please go to Pasco Sheriff's Office page, provide us the information, call this number up. That's how we solve crimes. Because there's one thing you also have to realize. We follow the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Florida. We have to make sure that justice is done in the courtroom.
Thank you, Queen.
We do not want to do anything or hinder
Queen's
this investigation
throne.
or harm prosecution that will not bring justice to Kathleen. So if you want to bring justice for Kathleen, let's do it the right way. Let's work together, provide us the information so we can get we get the prosecution of this case and help the state attorneys out. There's, in so many cases, 99% of the cases we deal with missing and runaway people and people that go missing, we have a positive resolution. And this one we don't. But again, I give everyone out there the knowledge that the Pasco Sheriff's Office will do everything in our power for Kathleen's family, whether it's victim advocates, whether it's our chaplain corps, whether it's our prayers. And right now it's our detectives going out there to try to find out where she is. And with that, I want to bring up Sergeant Rosa. And if we were going to try to answer any questions you have, everything you have, Sergeant Rosa is going to probably fill in some of the gaps that I missed. I know he's probably tired like the rest of his team because they haven't slept. But at the same time, there's some things we can't answer.
It's nice to know that they're putting in the work.
Good job in it. They will get the facts. And at the same time, there's only several people that know the facts, and we don't want to distort that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Michael Rosa, R-O-S-A. I'm a detective sergeant with the Pasco County Sheriff's Office Major Crimes Unit. If anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Just wondering, where are you searching right now? Is there a place you're searching for her body or any ideas where you're?
Thanks, Queen.
So we search multiple areas, especially in the vicinity of where our suspect currently lives. We've done multiple searches. We are still searching. We are taking in tips. The sheriff, like the sheriff said before, we're going to release the suspect's vehicles to everybody in the community and want people to reach out to us and see if they saw that vehicle in a certain time period. So we can also have different searches. Unfortunately, this suspect had multiple hour head start on us. So we didn't get involved in the investigation approximately 35 to 40 hours after she had gone missing. So where to search, we don't know, but we've searched multiple places. Our K9 units, our drone team has been out. We have had multiple detectives, up to 20 to 30 detectives out searching multiple different areas in Pasco County.
Now, how are you able, without a body, how are you able to make the determination she is deceased based on a little bit of blood evidence? How were you, another investigator, make that determination?
So yes, there was some blood evidence that was identified as hers on our suspect's pants. However, there's lots of blood that was located during this investigation. There's more to it, sir, than just that. However, there's a lot of parts in the investigation that brought us to probable cause.
Can I give the suspect's spelling name, please?
So it's Collin Knapp. And do you have that here, sir? Yes. Let me make sure I spell it correctly. C-O-L-L-I-N-K-N-A-P-P.
Oh, spell that again?
First name?
Yeah, it's the last name.
I'm going to start over if you don't mind, sir. C-O-L-L-I-N for everyone. K-N-A-P-P. He's a white male, 6'19" of 91.
Is there a reason why he wasn't able to be named interest or suspect in this case earlier?
So not necessarily. So it was probably a strategy to that we were trying to keep him cooperative and keep him working with us. And probably if somebody called you a
That
suspect
answers
or a
our
person
question.
convicted of a crime, you probably wouldn't deal with law enforcement anymore.
Yes, it
So
does.
no problem.
Yep.
So that would be the strategy of that, ma'am.
What was the first interaction with him like then? Was he not forthcoming with you guys from the beginning?
So there was multiple things that he said during his first statement of us that we found inconsistent that made us very suspicious of her whereabouts.
Has he been cooperative in any way, or is he exercising his Fifth Amendment?
So at this time, he's exercised Fifth Amendment right to be silent. He's requested an attorney at this time. However, in the very beginning of the investigation, he was cooperative. However, he was very inconsistent in his cooperation.
Based on the amount of blood and where you guys found blood, do you have any indication on possible cause of death or manner of death at this time?
Not at this time, ma'am.
Sir, how important is it to find this body to have a successful prosecution?
So that would be important for multiple reasons. The most important reason to find the body is for the family. We want to find it. Obviously, we want to find the body for our investigation. However, there's a multiple investigations that have been made with a no body found in the homicide investigation.
Can you go over his previous record again? I know you talked about he has a number of felonies, and kind of give us a sense of the extent of that in the most recent time he's been a guest of the state.
He's been arrested multiple times. I know the sheriff listed off all the charges. We were looking into more details on those cases. Some of them were domestic violence. However, they weren't with this current victim, a different victim. So we are also looking into those cases as well.
So he just has a problem with putting his hands on people, period.
Right.
So that's why. And you know what? We were asking earlier when we were talking about this case. Preach, I don't know if you want to pop up here, but we were talking about, like, where is her family? Like mother, father, sister. We see the goddaughter speaking. We see that she had Thanksgiving with her friends, with her friend and her friend's family. So where's her immediate family? Or, was she adopted or what? Because what it seems like, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this, but they said her boyfriend or ex was Caucasian, and all of her friends pretty much were as well. So it's just like, where's the rest of her family? But that's why I'm going to show you guys another an article that I found from 2014 and see if you guys believe that this is the same young lady. So let's get through this a little bit more. Hey, Preach. Remember we were like, where's her family? When we were looking at those pictures. And we're wondering, like, why haven't they spoken up? It was mainly her friend and her boss wondering where she was. And that should have been a real big red flag as well, that she didn't show up to work. No, nothing.
Right.
So let's go ahead and continue this.
Yeah, the amount of convictions I have to go back on. He has been arrested though for 10 felony and 9 misdemeanor since 2004.
10 felonies, 9 misdemeanors, been
Arrested for. I'm not sure about the convictions right now.
10 felony and 9
assault, aggravated
misdemeanors.
assault, aggravated battery, domestic violence. I know there was some narcotics in there, also charges.
Hey, 420.
Domestic violence.
Hey, y'all.
I think the domestic violence was in 2013.
2013.
So our suspect and victim are mostly from the Largo area of Pinellas County. Our suspect has lived in Pasco County very long, approximately a year. He owns that home that we are currently looking at.
Okay.
He and her do not have any history in our county. No, only history of arguments and possible domestic disputes are from family and friends telling us that.
We have no idea where her body may either be in Pinellas County or here in Pasco. We have no idea the location of, any idea.
So no, sir. So what I can tell you is approximately 35 to 40 hours. Like I said, I hate to say it, a head start, but our suspect had 35 to 40 hours. So
see,
theory,
all that head time.
within that that distance of time.
Do you know how long was the relationship you've been with?
Approximately 5 years, on and off, boyfriend and girlfriend. So I apologize, I don't have the actual address, but it's 7 Springs Boulevard and State Road 54.
You spoken to defendant's parents yet?
So we have not reached out to them. We are planning on reaching out to them in the near future.
Were there any other friends
I missed that. They didn't reach out to who? Was it her parents? Like I said, we're watching this together. This is why I came on late and everything is all over the place because when I found out that someone was arrested, they said they weren't going to give that information or have this press conference until 8 o'clock Eastern time. So let me catch that again.
To them in the near future.
Uh-oh.
Of arguments and possible domestic disputes are from family and friends telling us that.
We have no idea where her body may either be in Pinellas County or here in Pasco. We have no idea of the location of, any idea?
So no, sir. So what I can tell you is approximately 35 to 40 hours. Like I said, I hate to say it, a head start, but our suspect had 35 to 40 hours. So in theory, the body could be within that distance of time.
Do you know how long was the relationship you've been with?
Approximately 5 years, on and off, boyfriend and girlfriend. So I apologize, I don't have the actual address, but it's 7 Springs Boulevard and State Road 54.
Have you spoken to the defendant's parents yet? They might know about this case.
So we have not reached out to them. We are planning on reaching out to them in the near future.
So the parents aren't even notified.
Acquaintances were back at the address that night who might provide information as to what happened. Her and Colin went back to the home.
So we have no evidence that anybody else was in the home during this incident.
What about the report's friend saying she had made a call out about trying to get an Uber? Is there any evidence she had tried to order an Uber? And with the phone, has that been helpful in accessing anything else?
So we have the victim's phone. We also have the suspect's phone. There's no evidence that Uber came to that area at all.
Wow. So he completely made that up that an Uber came. They said there's no calls to that area for an Uber at all. So that's probably why when the boss it was either the boss or the friend that asked him, he said, oh, it could have been Uber or a friend may have picked her up. So he was trying to cover his tracks then. So it's all coming together. Let's see.
I will not release who it was released to, but it was that evening when she was with our defendant.
Before they left the bar?
I would be filling in the blanks, ma'am, to say that, but while they were together, most likely en route to Pasco was the last communication that we have from our victim. It was to somebody else via text, ma'am.
Is he being arraigned tomorrow morning at all?
Yep, I believe it will probably be afternoon tomorrow. Yes, ma'am.
Any idea of how close the Walgreens is to his home?
In very close proximity, maybe 3-4 blocks away.
Okay.
And again, the clothes with his blood, that was at the stake, the Seltzers, correct? That's where that evidence was found?
Harold Seltzer.
Can you ask that again, please?
The blood evidence on his clothes, that was at the dumpster at the Harold Seltzers where he worked.
Yes, yes, sir.
So this genius decides to throw the phone away in the nearby Walgreens that wasn't even a mile away from his house, along with bloody clothing. Come on now. I mean, that's good for us, but he had to know that that was going to catch up to him.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Oh, ridiculous.
So, yeah, so to clarify.
And I'm going to show you a picture of him after this, you guys.
It's a compact dumpster that's at Mr. Seltzer's restaurant, brought to the landfill to be searched there.
So the actual clothes was found at the landfill?
Well, technically, but the dumpster was dumped out at the landfill for us to have an area to search. And then that's where we found evidence, the evidence that you're speaking of, and other evidence as well.
Is this the Harold Seltzer in Fort Ritchie off of US 19?
Yes, ma'am. Again, I would like to say to the Harold Seltzer and his whole staff have been 100% cooperative in the investigation. Everything we've asked for them, they absolutely volunteered and helped us out with that.
As far as searching for surveillance video, any kind of footage that between his home and Harold Seltzer's or anywhere, how are you going about kind of trying to collect all that?
So that's a very hard task. We've had uppers of 20 to 30 detectives between Pinellas County Sheriff's Office and Pasco Sheriff's Office, because that's the route they took, and in our area looking for video. We've gotten lots of video.
And then we stopped for cigarettes, and that was what he claimed she was in the car.
Yes, ma'am.
Where did he stop? What's the address of that location?
It's the 7-Eleven adjacent to the Walgreens.
How well, and you may not be able to answer this, but how well have you been able to trace their path through some of the surveillance video and footage that you have so far? Is it kind of a matter of piecing that together, his path?
It's very difficult of piecing it exactly the route that the suspect and the victim took, but we are doing the best we can trying to find that.
All right. We appreciate it. Thank you all very much.
Okay, guys. So that was that. And now, so what are you guys thinking so far? Since he's being quiet, he hasn't said anything, and now we know where the phone was found. We know that there was items with her blood on it also found with the phone. What do you guys think happened in this situation? Miranda?
I mean, he sounds guilty to me. I mean, they already arrested him, right?
Yeah, he's arrested. They said he's in this building right now. So
they said it wasn't. Well, they don't know if it was premeditated. Like you said earlier, we don't really know that, right?
Right. We don't know if it's premeditated or not. They just have him for second-degree murder right now. What do you think, Jeanette?
I think he has a history of beating women.
Mm-hmm.
And I think other women have escaped that relationship. And this one, he kept trying to drag back in. And maybe she was just done. And he wasn't allowing it.
Right.
So he killed her.
Preach.
Yeah.
420.
I think I don't know about the premeditated part, but if he has a domestic violence history, she probably knew that. So if they were going out and drinking and stuff, you know, I mean, it'll probably come out in court, but we don't know if he's an angry drunk. He could have got lit, and then I don't know. I don't really know the time frame of things. I guess it'll come out soon, but I don't know how that conversation might have went. It's hard to say how. I mean, sometimes they're typical. It's just like, oh well, why? Why do you want to leave? What's wrong with me?
Yeah.
I'm a good guy or whatever, or think about this, or some kind of desperation type shit.
Yeah.
Right. And she just wasn't budging. She was like, "No, I'm done. You're weird and abusive, and
right.
That's not fucking cool."
Do they have kids together?
Not that I know of. They said what they said. They said they've been together on and off approximately 5 years.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Okay.
5 years. That's a long time. I mean, to be on and off with somebody who's like possibly, violent,
abusing you,
abusive. That's what I mean. Yeah, that was the word.
Yes.
Yeah. If they've been in like with each other on and off for 5 years, then who knows what that off reason was for them, deciding to break it off. Was he violent then? You know what I mean?
Right.
Did he say, hey, maybe a few months after they broke up the first time, did he say, hey, I'm sorry, I'll never do it again? And then they got back together, and then he displayed signs of domestic violence later on again. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, some people will give people the benefit of the doubt, and then it's like that's where they kind of go wrong at, because that second or third time you give that person a second or third chance is usually when the shit goes wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
That's true. They keep reeling you back in, saying things like,
Yeah.
like manipulation, say I love you,
I'll
and
never do it again. They'll
I'll
try
never
to.
do it again. That's definitely one.
I'll take you out. They try to wine and dine you.
Yes.
It's kind of like then you end up back in the situation. So this is a picture of him right here. This is Collin Knapp. Let me see. Was there another one? There she goes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm gonna do a little bit more research on this young lady and her situation, and I will be posting, the video that I was trying to post earlier that I wasn't able to. But I'm gonna show you something else. So take a look at her face, okay? And you guys tell me, do you think that what I'm going to show you guys in a second, do you think this is her? So you see her face. I'll show you a couple different pictures. Where's the other one? All right. So you have that image. Now let me show you something I found. Okay, but this is in New Orleans that this article is from. How am I going to share it over here? Let me see. It's in a whole nother window. So I'll do entire screen. So I won't be able to see you guys, but you guys let me know if you guys can see it. So let me know if you guys think that this is her. Can you guys see what I have up? It says Kathleen Moore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so isn't this her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it says Kathleen Moore grew up in a family of 7 children with 60 direct first cousins. Her father, Tony, played classical guitar in the evenings. Her mother, Louise, loved rhythm and blues records. Music flowed through the homes of several uncles and aunts. So it gives all this information about her, and I was like, is this her or am I just thinking it's her? And it says that she was, where is it at? Right here, 27 years old. And this was in 2014. So when I do my math, it says she'd be 34, which and she would be 34 now. So yeah, I'm going to be looking more into this because I was like, I need someone else's opinion. Do you guys think this is the same person?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Like it, yeah.
Okay. So we will be getting back to this topic when I'm able to go over everything, and we'll see where this goes with Mr. Colin. So since he's not speaking right now, he will be getting an attorney, and we'll have to go from there and see what goes on. So we'll keep up with this. Let me go to the comments, and then 420. I was trying to pull up the video, and I can't send it to myself, and I asked you to send it to me through Instagram.
Okay. I'll send it to you.
Okay, because I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to get this because it won't send to my email. And so, guys, 420 will be going live at 9 p.m. Central Time. So that's probably right around the corner. And so we'll be hopping over there right after this. What time is it where you're at right now?
It's 8:45.
Yeah. So right when we hop off of here, we'll be going over to 420's page. You guys got to check it out. If you could put your link in the chat, or Shay, can you put 420's link in the chat so that everyone can hop over there and join that discussion. We have a really good topic he's going to be discussing tonight. And yeah. So this is Michael. They got footage. I know they have to I know they have to. They got cameras in front of Walgreens, yes. And we all know most places have their cameras on the dumpsters because you got people either just illegally dumping or doing what happened in this case and is trying to get rid of, you know, evidence. So, Colin, let's get our story together. You had some days to do it. And when they were going to your house, he wasn't answering. So where were you at, Colin? They said he has what? About 35 to 40 hours head start. So we don't know what he could have done. And you see how big he is compared to her. He's a pretty large guy. So since I'm just now getting the name of who our suspect is, I'm going to have to do some digging and also look more into who she was as a person and celebrate life because at this point it's suspected that she's no longer living. And I think that is the case, even though we don't have a body. Um, Michael also says, honestly, I think he did it. We must have did something. He must have did something to the person's body. Yep, has to be. If they're saying if they found enough blood evidence for them to secure a warrant, they gotta have, you know, something up their sleeve that they're not telling us, and that's why they said we do not want to hinder this investigation, so we only can give you little bits and pieces. So here is 420's link, and it's spelled. I'll type it in the chat because when you type it in, it should just pop up right away. So let me put that in here for you guys really quickly.
Didn't they say they found, or the guy said they found lots of blood? He said
lots.
Yeah.
Lots. So let me see. So right here, I'm gonna put it up here. This is how it's spelled. So when you go into YouTube, you're just gonna put 420 TEEV, and it should pop right up. You shouldn't have to press channel or anything like that, but if you don't find it, just type that in and click channel. Also, I want to give a shout out to Queen's Throne for sharing my video. Yeah, so if you are into, cracking down on these pedophiles, murderers of children, women, any of like the latest information. Sometimes I even go back on, you know, murders from before on Throwback Thursdays. I'll do that. Kind of like all around in that area. Commentary. Yeah, I'm all over the place right now because the video and what I had planned for tonight with the new information kind of like threw everything around and last minute scrambling. So if you want to, just go ahead and go through my other videos. Make sure you guys hit the like. It does help. Um, yeah, subscribe, notification. I know a lot of people say they do not get the notification until after the fact. So if that's happening, just subscribe. Make sure you just subscribe again, and then click the notification bell right next to the subscribe button. And yeah, so we will be hopping over to 420. Were you guys able to hit that link? If not, just how it's spelled right there, 420 TV with two E's in between the T and the V. Be different so it could pop up. Yeah, so if you're ready, I'm just gonna go over these last comments. Let me see if there's anything new. Oh, we have Native Queen. She said she subbed. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome to the family. And then let's see, we have Margot.
Welcome.
Gordo Amargo. I hope I said that right. I'll put you in a limbo for a while and you think about. Okay, whatever that means. I don't know. But hey,
my brain's not
computing that, mine's either. But there goes the link once again. Thank you, Shay. So, guys, until next time, which will probably be tomorrow because I'm going to go in and I'm going to look more into this Colin guy and see what we can find out. Pull his history. Pretty violent guy. They said 10 felonies, 9 misdemeanors. I don't know how many he was convicted of, but we'll do a little bit of digging. So, hasta mañana. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Make sure you hop over to 420. That's where we're going right now.
Bye.